We've not had a proper little ship for a little while, have we? Well, we've got one today. Check this out. This is a 2009 Nordhavn 86. So this is 86 feet of absolute rock solid, serious offshore machine. This is epic. And we're going to give you the full tour on this when we're going to every area. We're going into the deck areas and the cabin areas, the guest areas, the engine space, the crew spaces. We're doing everything. We've got complete carte blanche on this one. They've actually emptied the boat. There's not even any crew on it. It is all ours for the next, well, however long this tour takes. Let me just slip my shoes off. There we go, and we will head on board. So we'll go up this staircase here and we can enter on this side. You'll notice these about the place. What these are doing is protecting the woodwork underneath from the harsh sun. So when the boat's not being used, you can keep those covered up. Obviously when it's in use, they are taken off. We'll head aft first of all, we'll head inside and we will work our way around. But there's a lot of boat to show you here and all of it is fantastic. So we've got the aft deck area here. Obviously we're on the main deck at the minute. There is a bathing platform. You can see how this hinges open and that takes you down onto here. So for a bit of fishing or swimming or whatever else you want to do, that's there ready to go. We've got the bimini up at the minute to give a bit more shade, and this is just a really nice dining area out here on the aft deck. We've got the fridge out here as well, little sink, that kind of stuff. But we're going to head inside first of all, walk away through, down, round, up, everywhere. Look at this. How nice is that? So it is designed as a serious offshore explorer, but it's a serious offshore exploring in comfort. That's what this is all about. So, you know, you've got your bar area here, you've got your beautiful, comfortable saloon here. It's a proper place of relaxation, isn't it? There's a TV here, and this will swivel right out, of course. So clearly it's not in a good position to watch there. That's its storage position. You swing it out and it brings it around into a watching position. There's storage behind the sofas on both sides. And then we've got the dining table up here as well. I love the woodwork in this, with this light wood then with the dark accents. That looks great, and some nice lighting details as well. So bear in mind this is a 2009, so it's far from brand new, but it is in lovely condition, and that's the nice thing with these. It's a quality boat, and so when they get a few years old, it's still very much a quality boat. Dining area here. We've got a side access door over here, but also a little desk area, a little office, call it what you will. That's tucked in behind there, so that's quite helpful. And that one there is fridge freezer. There is obviously a lot more of that about the place. Let's take a last little look at that from here. Spin on round. The bar area is over here, and the galley is here as well. So wine cooler's down here. If we step on forward, we'll find the galley itself. Now here, of course, you've got the more serious refrigeration, the freezer, the fridge. Coffee machine is here as well. There's a lift up section here. If you want a bit more workspace, you can have it. And then cooking facilities, we've got dishwasher, all the usual kind of stuff you would expect. But what's nice is the way that this links straight through into here. I think that works really well. Plenty of cooking as well. That's a decent sized galley. Now there's another thing to show you up here. Although this is not the main access down to the lower deck, there is nonetheless this area. Now this can either be an overflow guest cabin, it's a proper guest cabin standard, or indeed it could be a captain's cabin. It just depends how you run the boat and how you want to use it. But yeah, nice sized cabin, and of course this has its own ensuite. You can see here it's got the monitoring system for the ship, so that if it is a captain's cabin, then everything can be checked and monitored from here. Ensuite is in here. So shower, the loo, the sink, and obviously bits of storage about the place, like this. So that's that one, but we'll head round the other way because there's another access down, and that does take you down to the lower deck accommodation. That's over here. In fact, the other thing that we find over here is little pantry area, so things like the toaster and that kind of thing, and yet more refrigeration, because as I said right at the beginning, this is a proper offshore ship. It's no good going out with masses of range and serious seakeeping ability if you've not got the food to back it up. So we'll come down here and we'll find this one. which is very nice. A real decent sized cabin. It's on like a kind of half deck because it goes down again from here. You've got wardrobes here, here, storage all the way along in places like this, shelving and so forth. Big windows as well on this, look at this. So great view out. And then we can come right up forward and we'll find the ensuite to this cabin. There we go, with shower in there. If we head on back then, of course, typical Nordhavn, you've got these traps everywhere that take you down into engineering areas. So if you look in here, for example, this is taking you down to some of the plumbing. Water pumps are down there, and you'll see that there's two of them. So you've got redundancy. If a water pump packs up, you're not short of pressurized water, you've got two. And manifolds, all that kind of stuff is all very get-atable. Okay, let's come on down again. And what we'll find down here is, so another really nice sized guest cabin, isn't it? It is a big boat, you'd expect it to be, but yeah, it is lovely to see. Bedside tables with storage in, we've got the wardrobe, we've got storage down here, AV equipment of course, and then just around here is the ensuite. There we go. And of course, shower tucked away in there. Very good. And we can come out from here and head this way, and then we'll find another cabin on this side. Now this has the ensuite here, so if we back up a little bit, the actual threshold to this one is here, so that closes off, which is why that becomes part of this cabin. We'll come right in here first of all. Again, lovely big bedroom of a cabin, isn't it? Nice big square, loads of headroom, no compromise. Wardrobe, storage, AV equipment, very similar, isn't it? And that ensuite then, if we have a look in here, is like that. And the shower is in here. And we back out from here and go across, we'll find the utility room. So this is giving us laundry facilities, it's giving us a load more storage, got a sink in here as well. It's a big space actually, we've got hanging rails in here for when your laundry's done. Just a really useful, practical area on the boat. Okay, that's covered that bit. Actually, anything I didn't show you, there's a linen closet down here as well, so that's tucked away in there. Very helpful. So yeah, two cabins there. The other cabin we saw was up off of here. We've not yet seen the owner's cabin. We're going to head in that general direction next. So back up to the main deck. Galley area, the saloon where we came in, that was that captain's cabin or extra cabin, overflow cabin, call it what you will. Just around the corner, and now we're going to go up this way and take you on up to the upper deck. So the first thing we find here is the bridge. And as you'd expect, it's as little ship as everything else. Look at this, look at these displays across here. We've got engine instrumentation showing at the minute, navigation, radar, more navigation, more radar, communications over there. What else have we got? Engine controls, of course, bow and stern thrusters, the wheel, it's autopilots on here as well. And some of the circuit breakers are down here. Let me just open this for you. There we go, so distribution panel. But yeah, you talk about little ship stuff. You've got it here, haven't you? There's a nice little seating area here as well. We've got access out onto the decks on both sides. Fridge here also. But if we go back, this is interesting because what they've done is they've put the owner's cabin up here on the upper deck. This is a beautiful area. So first thing you come to is a very, very generous ensuite. Look at this. You'd hope it to be, of course. If you're the owner of this, you want something suitable, and you've got it. Look at that. It's beautiful. Love this marble work in here. Fabulous. Shower there. Spin on round. Lovely. Again, tons of storage. It is designed for a boat that you can disappear off for weeks or months or indeed years at a time. It's proper liveaboard stuff, isn't it? And then this is the actual bedroom part. How nice is that? That's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And of course you're up on the upper deck, so the views out of here, you've got your own private terrace for a start. We've got the sunshade down at the minute, obviously that retracts out of the way. Have you noticed I've been very good, not opened a single wardrobe? I'm going to open this one just so you can see what these are like. There we go. It's just a big wardrobe, isn't it, basically? Showing down there as well. There we go. And I think we'll head out this way. So as I say, private little outside terrace. Quite a big outside terrace on the back here. That's lovely. And this, as I say, you can take away or you can leave up with a bit of shade. Now you can go forward from here, and I think we'll do so. We'll go around here, and this is taking us back up past the bridge where we were a minute ago. I mentioned there was doors on either side, and you'll see one of them coming up right here. There we go. So let's stick that in there. Again, you can orientate yourself and see where we were. If we come up here, then we've got wing stations up here, so when you're manoeuvring the yacht in close proximity, you can handle it from here. And you can look down the side like that. And then we can come right on round, and we've got the boat deck up here on the bow. So pretty substantial tender. Look at that, 175 horsepower outboard on there, and there's a smaller tender on this side as well. Massive crane, and this is actually centrally mounted, so you can lift into either side. You're not tied to, if you're alongside a dock and you can only launch on that side, of course, then you've got a problem, but with this you can go either way with it. Let's come right up to the bow, because again, the little ship analogy is going to get used a lot, but again, it's exactly what it is, isn't it? That's incredible. We've got a sun deck up there as well, so we're going to head that way, show you that, and then we'll go down and look at some of the mechanical areas, and we'll also look at the crew areas. So back up here, these have got a load of storage under them. It's quite interesting how a lot of this mirrors the smaller boats. If I open the right one, I might even be able to get in there. Hold on. There we go. Like that. Very useful area indeed. Just close that back over. Now there's access back down to the main deck that way. We're not going that way just yet because we want to go up again. So, come back into here. These are the steps that we came up to get to the bridge. That's where we went back to get into the owner's cabin. This time we're going to loop round here. So this one lifts, and this one swings, and that grants us access up here. So we've got another helm position up here. 3 seats across here, multifunction displays bleeping quietly at us, so I suspect if we give those a prod, nothing will change. Okay, not sure what else is beeping, but yeah, multifunction displays again, engine controls, thruster controls. You'll notice there's no wheel up here, so this works as a tiller through the autopilot, so you actually steer the boat from that. Obviously when you're out at sea, you just simply have it on autopilot anyway. Track stabilization on this one as well. And then these are the anchor winch controls for the twin anchors up on the bow. We'll head on round. We've got fridge up here. We've got a pretty serious barbecue under here. And then we can come right on back. This is interesting because this yacht originally had a hot tub here. Current owner took it out, didn't want it, but that is a space where you could have one if you wanted to reinstate one. And then we can look right up onto the top and you can see satellite domes, radar, cameras, antennas, all that sort of stuff is all located up on there. And you can also drop this table down, so you want to make that into a big day bed, then you can do. Very nice. You can see how high we are here. Look how we look down on everybody else. And look at the size of these antennas. It's not a coastal boat, is it? It's the real deal. All right, let's press on again. So I'm going to close that one behind me. drop that one down. There we go. Save letting all the cool air out. Back to the bridge, and instead of going down this way, which is where we came up, we'll go out here and we'll take a loop down the steps over here, and then we will have gone everywhere, won't we? And I'll show you the crew area and I'll show you the engine space. So again, you can see how it's got these covering up all the lovely polished woodwork. There's camera systems all around the boat as well, so they can all be monitored. This is the door that takes you back in by the little office area. In fact, I'll show you. There we go. So that's a route back into the main deck saloon, or galley, or whatever. So it puts you right in the middle of the boat. That's quite useful. But we're not going to go that way. We're going to head on back. Side access door here, very helpful if you're alongside a dock, you want to get on and off that way. It's a bit like where we came on. This one here is an outside dayheads. That's great, isn't it? Very useful, especially people doing a lot of water sports and that sort of thing, and they just want to be able to come and use that without going through the interior. That one takes you back down onto that bathing platform. We're going to go this way this time. Here we go. And down we go. So this will bring us into the crew area. And what we'll find here is heads compartment, obviously loos in there, shower. We haven't done the AQUAHOLIC wave, have we? That's very remiss. Got a fridge down here as well, a little microwave. And then two crew cabins. There's this one with, I guess that's like a small double, isn't it? It's quite a big bed, that. And then storage in places like this. It's also out here in places like this. And then there's a second crew cabin over on this side. There we go. Again, storage and so forth. I'm going to take you back now. Sounds like I'm going to take you back in time, doesn't it? But I'm not. I'm going to take you back in the boat. This is through to the lazarette. So we're now back underneath the aft deck. And in fact, there's access from here straight up and straight out. So that is useful for a couple of things. Firstly, it's an escape route out of this area, other than the stairs that we came down. But secondly, if you're putting stuff in here, of course, that's a much easier route to getting things in and out. So, you know, bathing ladders or stuff for the tender or whatever else. And then down here you've got things like the very substantial steering gear. These are the tops of the rudder posts here and here. Also got the I think that's the spot, yes, spot 0 across there, so that is water purification. And then you get a load of storage space down here. And that is the Glendinning system, so that powers in the shore power cable. These are big, thick, chunky shore power cables on both of the sides, and you can see how that then coils it. Actually, you probably can't, it's a bit dark, but nonetheless, that's what that does. That's the Spot 0 system down there, linked in through this. Very good indeed. Okay, let's come out this way, because we're almost done. But we have kind of saved the best to last. Check this out, lovely stainless steel doors, by the way. This then is the engine space. So you've got twin generators just as you come inside, and if we come on forward, twin engines. On the smaller Nordhavns, they tend to have a single engine and a wing engine. When you get to this kind of league, well, then you're just into twin engines. These are a pair of MTU diesels. They're 600 horsepower each. They're giving the yacht about 13 knots. Now, we have to have a little discussion here, because people say sometimes, well, that's not very fast. I'd put bigger engines in and make it go faster. You can't. It's a full displacement hull. That means that when it reaches its hull speed, no matter how much more power you put in, that's as fast as it will go. Compared to a planing boat, for example, which when you get to displacement speed, you can power it up onto the plane. The big difference is that because this is designed to run at displacement speeds, it's far, far more efficient. So what this is about is not speed, it's about range. And that's why when you're cruising this at about 8 knots, you're getting about 3,000 miles of range. That's the difference. This is a boat for going places, not for going fast. And also, of course, you get that incredible seakeeping with the displacement hull because it's sat deep in the water. It's not trying to bounce and skim its way across the top. We've got sight gauges here for the fuel tanks. Another one over on this side. And as I say, generators are back here. It's a proper engine room for a proper ship, isn't it? Just fantastic. Okay. Carpeted too, very posh. Workbenches up on here, so you've got, like, there's a little vice here, for example, and you've got access round into sort of pump rooms and that kind of thing. Let's have a little look. That one there, I think I'm right in saying, is water maker. So you can actually create your own fresh water as you go. And that one is, actually no, that is the water maker there, I believe. Yeah, yes, that's the water maker. I think that thing I pointed out might be part of it, but that's the main gubbins, he says knowledgeably. Okay, there we go. That's quite the space, isn't it? It's quite the yacht, quite the ship, let's be honest. Okay, we're going to come back out of here, close that one over, spin that shut, head on back up. There we go. And I think we'll come right round. Oh, I didn't show you this. That is a stern docking station, so it's giving you engine controls, bow and stern thruster controls, and rudder control all from there. So if you are stern to berthing, that obviously, you're right here. It's a very helpful place to be. Good. Come on, let's come back up here. That one there is, I think I'm right in saying, a side boarding ladder that you can put on next to here to come down so you can bring your tender alongside and get up and in. There we go, and there's those twin anchors that we saw the controls for at the helm station. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. Massive thanks to Nordhavn, they organised this tour. I think this one's for sale, so I'll put a link to those guys in the description. I'll be very interested to hear what you guys have got to say in the comments, and I think you'll agree with me that that is classic Nordhavn. Take care, bye-bye.